Welcome back to Rock Your Best Vocals. Jim here. I got a request to listen to Lou Gramm and to try and break down his vocals and try to maybe so we can try to see how he's singing and maybe try to emulate him if you want to pull up to karaoke and sing I Want to Know What Love Is. Then later on I'm going to get into his successors. So we're going to break down the isolated vocals from the original track, and then we're going to listen to Lou singing this back in 2023 live, and then we're going to listen to Jukebox Hero. We're going to listen to 3 different live tracks from that. We're going to listen to the original Lou singer, like the original Lou singer, and then we're going to listen to Kelly Hansen, who took over for him, been singing for the last 20 years with Foreigner, and then he just recently turned that over to a new guy, and if you don't know who, you're going to get introduced to him. But anyway, let's start by listening to the isolated vocal track of I Want to Know I want to Know What Love Is.
I've got to take a little time to think things over. I better read between the lines.
So he's got it's a very soft approach to it because it's obviously the beginning of this very kind of beautiful song. It's an amazing song. So he's taken a really soft approach, kind of breathy, but not too breathy. So let's just go back.
I've got to take a little time.
So it's not, I've got to take a little time, not super breathy. I've got to take a little time. So he's bringing up a little bit of chest voice in there. And the way we can do that is start off with a little bit of a vocal fry to bring you into that. I've got to take a little time. So kind of like you're like an old car. I've got to take a little time. So in doing that, you feel your abdomen activating, right? It's kind of like a laughing or coughing or a I've got to take a little time. So that's how we bring that kind of chest resonance into this beautiful.
A little time to think things over.
So there's a little bit of a slight rasp in his voice there, but it's not heavy. It's just over. I'm going to turn it on a little bit more. Over. So that's going to the other extreme of rasp. And the way I'm doing that is kind of closing down in the back, kind of raising the tongue up and raising the soft palate. It's very important to have that open space, that open and resonant space in the back. But anyway, we're not trying to rasp this up too much, but let's move on.
I better read between the lines.
I better read between the lines.
In case I need it when I'm older.
Good. Look, on the vibrato, a little older. It kind of just brings it in and out. It's just that soft approach to kind of add a little bit of vibrato in here just to tease somebody. Okay, that's a tough thing to do. That swell. I used to have to perform this in an 80s covers band, and that swell was always like, you gotta get that right because there's a tendency to kind of push in a way that can make you crack because it's in that range. Oh, so it's kind of a little bit funky there, right? When I did that, but he's backing off a little bit. Oh, so what I'm doing there is just kind of making sure my vocal folds are adducted in there and adding a little bit of constrictor in there to get that. Oh, it's a little bit like this, kind of if you go like this with this out, almost a little bit like SpongeBob. And if you know, many of my private students know I talk about SpongeBob a lot because that's the real clean
vocal fold deduction of SpongeBob. Whoa, whoa. Hey, Patrick. It's like,
So light and anyway, let's move on.
Now this mountain I must climb.
Now this mountain I must climb. That's a little bit more breathy on that part.
Feels like the world upon my shoulder. But through the clouds I see love shine.
Oh, listen to that harmony. Oh my God. Wow. I never heard that so clear. I've never listened to the actual isolated this, but that harmony is sick. Let's go back to that.
Feels like the world upon my shoulder. But through the clouds I see love shine.
The clouds I see love shine. Oh, that's so beautiful. It's so like it's not intuitive of what you would kind of normally harmonize over that. Through the clouds I see love shine. Oh, so cool. Wow.
It keeps me warm as life grows colder.
So he's adding a little bit of that, more of that chest resonance, that fullness in there. Keeps me warm as life goes colder. Brilliant.
In my life, there's been heartache and pain.
Let's go back to that here just before. There's a great.
In my life.
In my life. So he's really adding some constriction in there to get some compression in that, right? Keeping it bright, not compressing too much to where it's like, in my life, not closed down. He's adding, still has a little bit of that soft palate raised, a little bit of nasal resonance. In my life. Kind of close, but let's.
There's been heartache and pain.
On that heartache and pain. So heartache and pain. So,
I don't know if I can face it again.
so he's adding a little bit of constrictors in. I don't know if I can face it again. So I'm sure I'm not getting this like exactly right, but that's face it again. That's what he's doing to get that. You can hear in that the constrictors get.
I don't know.
Oh, in that you could hear it. I don't know. So he even led into that with that little bit of that vocal fry. Some guys talk about this as the creaky door, right? I don't know. That's the way to ensure that you've got that good vocal fold closure. You start with fry. I don't know. So I'm starting with the fry and then wait until it's just at the closure point to let loose with the rest of the line. Listen.
If I can face it again.
Face it again. Face. So he's adding even a little bit of that distortion in there, a little bit of it. Grit. Face it again. Not too much, Jim. Back off that. If I can face it again. That's probably too much still, but let's.
I can face it again.
Face it again. So it's just a little. Face it again. Just a little bit of light. It's hard to get that exact touch on it, but I mean, trying to replicate this exactly. I mean, but trying to do our best.
I've traveled so far.
That was important. That ha. Okay, listen to how he kind of.
I've traveled.
So you can hear that at the beginning of that. He's going, I've traveled so far. Just that.
I've traveled so far.
That's kind of like a cry technique. He's, I've traveled so far. I've traveled so far. That's the cry technique. Anyway, let's move on.
To change this lonely life.
Ooh. You can hear that brightness of the to change this lonely life. It's a tough line.
I wanna know what love is. I want you to show me.
That's so bright, so bright when I say nasally, but not nasally. There's nasal resonance there, but it's just the brightness of the nasal. It's not. It's not. I want you to show me. There's nasal resonance, but he's very open in the back. So I want to know what love is.
I wanna feel what love is.
So good.
I know you can show me.
Oh, getting a little bit of, power and just kind of emotion in there. It's brilliant. So good.
I'm gonna take a little time.
So back down to that kind of low chest. I'm gonna take a little time. It's even a little bit more kind of chesty, more present, so to speak. So full than the beginning of the song. He's just kind of just next verse kind of taking it up a notch a little bit.
Time to look around me.
Time to look around. So there was a little bit of a
I'm gonna take a little time.
It's like a false fold kind of false fold distortion in there.
A little time to look around.
Time to look around me. So if you, I think like a sigh. Time to look around me. You can start to feel like, it's kind of like, I feel like up in the back of my throat, kind of like right back here, like kind of like right behind my jawline is where I kind of feel that. That's where I feel it anyway.
I've got nowhere left to hide. It looks like love has finally found me.
So great with a little bit of raspiness in there. Looks like love has finally found me. Love has finally... again with that, kind of that false fold rasp.
In my life, there's been heartache and pain.
Brilliant.
I don't know if I can face it again. I can't stop now. I've traveled so far to change this lonely life.
Oh, and that part there, just to go for that like that.
Traveled so far to change this lonely life.
To change this lonely life. That's a tough line. Tough line.
I wanna know what love is. I want you to show me.
I want you to show me. So if we think of like kind of trying to sing on the breath with that. Okay, so that's basically the whole song. I mean, in a nutshell, that's kind of just the way he's placing things and kind of how he's approaching this. So, okay, so now we're going to listen to Lou singing this live in 2023. I'm always really interested in how singers maybe change the way they sing it, any particular song as they get older. And this is 2023, but Lou's 75 now. But let's just have a listen to this, him singing this live, and we'll just kind of see how much the approach differs.
Gonna take a little time.
So not much different. Like he still goes still. I mean, his voice still sounds the same. Like after all those years, like that's great. I love it. Brilliant.
Little time to think things over.
Listen to the Brit. Little time to think things over. That resonance of his voice is like there's so much resonant space back there. He's really singing really openly. This is great.
Better read between the lines in case I need it when I'm older.
Wow, and he even did a little, when I'm older, even add a little bit of sass to it. I love it. A little bit kind of not as smooth as the recording, but look, I'm not.
This mountain I must climb. It feels like the world upon my shoulders.
Look at, he's still got the power in it. Like the world upon my shoulders. He's still got the ability to put that power, that emotion is amazing.
Through the clouds, I see love shine. It keeps me warm as life grows colder. In my life, there's been heartache and pain.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Like that, I wasn't expecting him to pull that off so well, but like that, putting that, there's been heartache and pain. Really put that in there. Really, it's so good.
I don't know.
You could see him open it up. I don't know. Really opening up that resonant space. So good.
If I can face it again, I can't stop now.
In that, he's putting the power into it, folks. Singing is a really athletic endeavor, and like to sing with power, you have to be able to push. You have to be able to push the appropriate abdominal pressure into the voice, like he did there. It was so good.
Travel so far to change this lonely life.
Okay, so he was a little bit off on some of the notes there, but like let's not get too crazy here. That is overall amazing.
I wanna know what love is. I want you to show me.
Full marks for such a great performance. Now, I want to go back to his heyday, Jukebox Hero Live. Back in the day, I don't know when it was. 85. This is. So there's like, that's such a tough song to sing. Like, it's way up there. You got one guitar! It's way, way up there. So high. So, like, that's, I mean, this is an amazing performance. The power and energy he's putting into it. Okay, so now we're going to listen to Kelly Hansen, who's been singing for the last 20 years for Foreigner. We're going to listen to his live version of Jukebox Hero. Okay, so that's not a million miles away from where Lou was. Pretty damn good. I mean, Kelly, like, I think he was originally with a band called Hurricane, which is kind of near and dear to me. Like I was going to tell you about that story there. So when I first moved to Los Angeles, the day I pulled into my apartment complex, there was this guy driving out of the complex, and the guy that I was moving in with, my former bass player at the time, but he said to me, "Hey, have you ever heard of the band Hurricane?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Oh, that's their guitar player." And this guy was like 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, "Where's he going?" He goes, "He's a painter." And I'm like an artist painter? He's like, No, he paints houses for a living. And I'm like, Hurricane, they were like on MTV. Like, is he not a millionaire, like kicking back by the pool or something? And I'm just thinking, like, what am I doing here? Like, anyway, that's lesson to you kids. Music don't pay. Anyway, let's listen to Luis Maldonado, who is taking over for Kelly since Kelly has left. I think at the beginning of this year, he's left Foreigner after 20 years. This is him performing this live. I think the first time him performing with Foreigner on live TV.
Oh, he started rocking, just can't stop.
So he's got great vocal fold closure. His placement, he's not as kind of throaty and raspy distortion as the other two guys. So it's arguably, if you were to ask me, how would you like to sing like him, or would you like to sing raspy? I would like to sing like him because this is friggin' great. So he's Jukebox Hero rather than that kind of throat. Jukebox Hero! A little bit of a raspy throatiness to it. He's more of a frontal placement, more of a little bit of a... A bit more kind of a nasally placement. Hero! Hero! It's up here. It's the hero. I don't know if you can hear the difference, but I'm kind of placing that more in the back. Hero! To get that rasp that comes with that. And you can't get that if you hero. I mean, you can, but it's more difficult because you're placing it more up in this kind of more frontal, pushed out kind of place, more nasally, rather than, Lou Gramm had a big resonant space back here, and he used that. So. Look, it's great that Foreigner's going to keep playing their music. Long may they be out there pumping out these incredible hits, because I think they're great. Lou's voice is still friggin' great. At 75, he's still singing like that. Just incredible, man. It just blew me away. It just blew me away. All right. Rock your best vocals where your best keeps getting better. Thanks very much for watching. See you on the next one. Thanks. Bye.